Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, you know there's just 163 days until Christmas 2022. And just 1 week until my 55th birthday. Oh my goodness. Next Friday, we'll be celebrating my 55th birthday. And to do that on Monday, this coming Monday, we'll have our monthly members only Zoom meeting. And we're going to have a Christmas in July kind of event. We're going to be giving away lots of figures. We've got some vintage collection, some Black Series collection. In fact, I've got some brand new ones that just came in this week. So excited about that. Expecting a couple more within the next couple of days. And so we're going to be giving away a lot of things over the next week for July. So hope that you all are able to make it to that. A couple other little things going on is, of course, we don't do live streams on Mondays through the summer. There's a lot of holidays, vacations, people taking extended weekends. So that's why on Monday we'll be doing our Zoom meeting. And then going forward, of course, we'll try to take that day off. On Tuesdays, we live stream with Jason Ward at noon Eastern, just for your time zone. And we talk about the Star Wars, whatever comes up for the day. Wednesday, we try to do a watch party on Discord. And so if you're already a member of our Discord community, join us for that if you can. If not, come join us on Discord. We have a lot of discussions going on there all the time. Everybody, it's an active server. So hope we see you all there. And then, of course, Thursdays, we're kind of rebranding the show on Thursday. We're coming up with a new show name. We need for Thursday's show. It's going to be modeled a bit after X-Wing's Hangar Bay show, where it's a kind of community stream. It's one of the things where we are going to have regular guest hosts with me. Of course, a Magic Maker will continue to join to talk about fan films. But those are going to be, we're going to kind of shorten that. We're going to change the model of it, and we're going to push the actual fan film review, that analytical side of it, all of that to his channel. And then I've got some plans to invite some of our other friends. Martin Keeler, you know him as Zuvium. He is actually at the Star Cruiser Hotel right now. Today he's checking in for that. So yeah, Nikki, I had to do that. It was fun. Guardians of the Shills, that we've been talking about maybe doing that for the Thursday stream. Maybe that'll be the name of it. But the problem is that we have guests on the show that are not shills. You know, if Star Wars Meg is with us, she's not a shill. And certainly a Magic Maker is not one. So I don't know that they want to be, kind of associated with my shill status. But we'll see what we can do. Yeah, don't put shills in the title. Yeah, I don't think we can. That's it just makes it worse. So we're gonna have to work on that. Yeah, and if X-Wing joins, all right, X-Wing is certainly not a shill. So we'll be doing that. Any new Rey Skywalker news? Indeed, Leia. We yes, I know. We did have. I just finished the novel about her parents. Largely, it's what is it? Something Sith. Oh shoot! I just finished the book. Hold on, I've got it here on my Kindle. I can pull it up. You guys will probably get it before me, but let me just pull up my Kindle app here because I just finished reading it last week. It's a really good book, and let's see if you guys are faster than me. Shadow of the Sith. That's it. Shadow of the Sith. Shadow of the Sith. It's a great book. It has a lot to do. Some of my favorite parts actually had to do with Luke, and kind of going out and discovering like there's a new Sith presence, and he's trying to figure out who it is, and he finds some artifacts. He's trying to collect those artifacts, and he's some of the things that he finds some of the encounters that he has is fantastic. It's a really, really good book. And then, of course, there's Lando. Lando is kind of passionate about saving people. He's really more people oriented, and he learns of Rey's family who are being tracked down by Ochi of Bestoon, and Ochi is kind of threatening them, and Lando is interested in saving them. And it talks about his daughter, and that's sort of what kind of got him into that. So we get introduced really to Rey's parents. We follow them as they're running from Ochi and Ochi's men, and trying to figure out how they're going to protect their daughter, Rey. So really good book. Really good book. I enjoyed it a lot. It's definitely worth your time if you are interested in any of that. If you guys are like my friend Nikki, it may not be the book for you. I mean, because any reference to Rey or the sequels, any of that kind of sequel content that leads up to them is a little bit of a open sore for her. So not something that she would enjoy as much. But I absolutely love it. Shadow of the Sith, Master and Apprentice, and Brotherhood. Master and Apprentice is probably my favorite novel of all. I mean, it is so good. You got to follow Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. It's absolutely a terrific book. Gives you some insight into Obi-Wan as a Padawan of Qui-Gon's, and some of the frustrations that he encountered with Qui-Gon as his Jedi Master. And it shows you a lot about why he was the Jedi Master for Anakin that he was, and some of the same frustrations that Obi-Wan felt, but then saw the benefit of down the road. You see the same frustrations with Anakin, and he gets really frustrated with Obi-Wan. It's really good. So Master and Apprentice, I highly recommend. Brotherhood, another really good one. So good choices there, Nerd Mafia. Hey, we've got some Star Wars news to talk about, and we're going to try to come up with our predictions for Andor. Now, this is not going to be really a spoiler kind of show. We're going to just talk about, like if you were with us during the Kenobi show, we had some standard questions that we asked every week. And he was going to say, hello there. So every week you got to guess, is he going to say it today? Is he going to say it in this episode or not? Or would we get I've got a bad feeling about this? So, the standard kind of Star Wars tropes that show up. So we're going to try to come up with a list of questions for Andor, and asking you all in the chat to participate. Put in your guesses, put in your questions, and we'll see what you have to say there. Andor would be great if it involves Rey's mother. Who is Rey's mother? Well, you learn about Rey's mom in that book, Shadow of the Sith. There's a good story about her in there. You get some context about who she is. You get context about where she comes from. And Miramir is her name, Miramir, and you see her dad as well. So interesting stuff. Matt, please no improperly worded light speed tunnel question this time. I know that one was a tough one. So that's the same sort of idea that we'll have. There are Plagueis. Plagueis is good. It's just not about Plagueis. It's about Palpatine. It's about Palpatine coming up through the ranks and being Plagueis's what do you call it? Apprentice. That's it. Nikki, I love you. I see you in the chat. So we do have some Star Wars news. I think we'll start with the news, and then we'll shift over to Andor. We'll spend a great deal of time today talking about Andor. Again, it's not going to be spoiler based. We're not going to go into all the spoilers involved. The only thing we'll do is, and I put it in the title, what we already know. So if you don't want to know anything other than the title, then it could be spoilery. But this is just basically like the show's synopsis, when it's set, that kind of stuff, who's in it. None of the actual show details like we had with Kenobi. We'll be just talking about the show, what we know as of now about the show, setting it up, and then we'll go into our predictions after that. So for the news, there are a couple things. One is we talked about earlier this week how there were the big leaks for Mandalorian Season 3. And I spent some time with Jason Ward yesterday as he was going through those. And his confidence level in those leaks has diminished significantly. So before we kind of reported, we thought that they were highly credible, very likely. As Jason has spent more time with it, thought about it more, and of course he and Bespin Bulletin are good buddies. They kind of share notes, and we'll talk about that in just a second as it comes up with the Acolyte, because both of them shared a story on that. But Jason is less confident of the veracity of those leaks. The Mandalorian Season 3, if you've seen the leaks, you think you spent some time with us going through them, know that the likelihood of them being true is not as great as what we initially thought. So, just maybe pump the brakes on that a touch. Otherwise, we do have some new news that they shared yesterday, Bespin Bulletin and Jason Ward. Bespin, first of all, reported that the show, The Acolyte, is in pre-production. And Meg covered this a little bit in her video today. Many of you are asking, where is Meg? What happened to Star Wars Meg? Doesn't she normally spend time here on Fridays? She does, but today she is on holiday, as they say there in the UK. She is going down to the southern shores, spending some time off, enjoying some time on the beach. So Meg will be, hopefully we'll see her next week, but she, in her video she released today, she talked about how Acolyte is in pre-production. She covered this story as well, and it's in Shinfield Studios, Reading, or Reading, as they say in Pennsylvania, Reading, Pennsylvania, or Reading. I don't know how it's pronounced in the UK, but that's where the Shinfield Studios there. Bespin Bulletin reported that it's in pre-production at the studio. So it is moving ahead. It says Shinfield Studios currently has 4 operational sound stages. We'll have 18. So it has 4 today. It'll have 18 by 2024. Oh my goodness, they're building it out. And the other thing that he mentioned is unclear if they have a volume. The stagecraft technology that they like to use for a lot of these shows, and that folks kind of get grumpy about because maybe it's overused a touch. But that thing's going through generational improvements. Gen 1 that we saw in Mandalorian Season 1 was greatly improved on for Season 2. And I suspect we'll only see that get better and better and better. So do they have a stagecraft, a volume at Shinfield Studios, or will they be building one? They don't have that information. Bespin doesn't have that information yet. No additional details, but hope to bring more information soon. The Acolyte's due to begin filming this November. So they're in pre-production today. It's July, middle of July, 2022. By November 2022, it's supposed to go into filming. So that puts us very likely into a 2023 release on Disney Plus. Again, that's one of the things I get kind of frustrated with Disney about. As much as I wear my badge of shill with honor, I do get frustrated with Disney and Lucasfilm over their schedule and not telling us things much in advance. We know 2022. We've got, of course, the Acolyte coming up in just over 6 weeks. We're getting into the kind of window where we might see a trailer like any day. I personally think the earliest we'll get the trailer is on my birthday next Friday, but maybe after that we we could get them. Nikki, I do like surprises, but only the kind that are like new. Not like, hey, we've got a new show we didn't tell you about, it was secret, and boom, here it is. Love those kind of surprises, but not the kind of surprise that says we're working on a show and we're not going to tell you when it's coming out. Those are the kinds I don't like. Those annoy me. Those annoy me a lot. But so there we go. Matt, behave yourself. So November, they were supposed to go into principal photography, which is set to run until May. You can see November to May. So the series, Leslie Headland with Amandla Amadunla. I don't know how you pronounce her name. Amandla Stenberg, right there, is cast in the lead role. But then we learned as well, we learned, Yachty, no, a little more than 30, Yachty. Kate Herron. Kate Herron is, our friend Jason Ward released this article yesterday that Kate Herron is rumored to be directing an episode of The Acolyte. And many of you have watched the MCU shows on Disney Plus. Kate Herron is known for working on, of course, Loki, which this is interesting as well, because we know that they brought over the composer, right, that did the score for Loki to work on Kenobi. And she's still working under the umbrella, right? The Disney umbrella across Lucasfilm and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So both of those. So we see Kate Herron also tapped from Loki. Now I've seen a lot of people talk about Loki maybe being their favorite of the MCU shows for this year. I wouldn't put it as my favorite. For me, it would be. I still kind of lean towards WandaVision. That was my favorite Disney Plus series in the MCU so far. But Loki was pretty good. Loki is pretty good. Mrs. Claus didn't stick with it very long. She checked out after about 2 episodes and said, I just don't, I don't like this show. So it was the time jumping kind of stuff isn't for her. So Loki wasn't her thing, but Nikki, I love you so much. You're so much fun. But Kate Herron tapped to do that. I was going to mention as well, and I kind of talked about this a little bit on Discord, and I know it's a Star Wars show, but it's worth bringing up that we had the finale for Miss Marvel this week. I thought the finale was one of the better episodes of the series, but the series as a whole, maybe not for everybody. Not my favorite by far. And I personally like the DC show that's the kind of the I would say competitor in the same competition areas as Stargirl. Stargirl is sort of the same sort of genre. You kind of got high school kids doing high school kind of stuff with superhero powers. For me, Stargirl's a better show than Miss Marvel, but it is what it is. It's a preteen kind of high school drama kind of superhero show. Again, not for everybody, but I thought the finale was pretty good. But again, Kate Herron coming over from Loki. And so this is Jason's scoop here. His rumor, again, just to be clear, this is rumor. 2 different sources, one UK based and one in Southern California. mentioned that Kate Herron is supposedly involved. So he's got two sources that said she's supposedly involved, and she directed Marvel's Loki to critical acclaim. So she sounds like a good fit to be working with Leslie Headland, and so there you go. There's no word that they are exploring any LGBTQ plus issues, but it's science fantasy. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there isn't some of that in there. So anyway, that's the end. The news on the Acolyte, that this may come in much earlier than we first thought, because there was no, again, we have no time for the Acolyte. They haven't put it on a schedule for us, so that's the case there. All right, so we're gonna switch back over to Andor here in just a second. Kay, yeah, Meg is on vacation today. She's on vacation. Yeah, I see you guys talking about a CW show. Yeah, I know. I look. Most CW shows are trash. No, just straight up. Supergirl started off well, but just went on a downward slope season after season. Batgirl, I'm with the community on it. It's no good. Although once they replaced the lead actress in Batgirl, it got better. It did get better. The current Batgirl is a better actress than the first one. Kate, whatever was her character's name, but anyway, Batgirl, not a good show. And then, but I still watch it. I still watch it because that's me. I inflict that kind of thing on myself. I can't, it's like watching a car wreck. You just keep watching, So there's that. What else? What else? Oh, Stargirl. I like Stargirl a lot. Smallville was good for a long time, but then it got bad at the end. Superman and Lois, I enjoyed it. Yep. I thought it was a pretty good show. And let's see. I have not. This is an indictment on myself. I have not kept up with Flash or the Arrowverse shows, so that's just I'm completely disconnected to that. Although I've been told I should catch up. So here we go. All right, Andor. I saw this article on GQ, and this just came out this week, the 12th, so just a couple days ago, and it has a nice summary of all the stuff. I thought, well, this would be a good way to talk about all the stuff since it's kind of organized well in this article. So it says Andor is going to be Star Wars by way of Jason Bourne. Now, this is what's had me excited about Andor from the get-go, is we're exploring different genres of storytelling within the Star Wars universe. We've always had the space fantasy kind of thing, but to get a show that's going to be an action adventure kind of show, we go into like Jason Bourne. I'm a huge fan of Jason Bourne. The movies, I love them. I really like the series that came out as well. I think that's on Amazon Prime. But really good, really big fan of Jason Bourne, and of course we know. And I'm just going to read through this article. I think it'll bring up some of the talking points that we want to discuss, and then get us set up to go into our predictions. We'll get into the predictions for the last half of the show here. So here comes the big one. Through a prequel series to Rogue One, Star Wars story may do little to tantalize on paper. Again, this is some of the things that people said. Look, Andor is the series nobody asked for, which is true. I think that's very true. Andor is the series nobody asked for, but it's going to be the series everybody loves. And that's why I think so. It says, franchise fans can barely wait for Disney Plus's spin-off series, and a good reason. Beyond the clamor for any and all things labeled Star Wars, Again, this is what I get accused of, right? It says Star Wars, so I like it. Where's our friend? Where's our friend? Mike Porter, Mike the Shield Porter. He's that way with the MCU. It says MCU, so he likes it. I get accused of this. Any and all things labeled Star Wars, but, but in any event, it actually looks in keeping with the cinematic quality touted by the mainline franchise. And of the Disney Plus shows, that's been a criticism held over from the latest series. That, and I mentioned it before about the volume may being overused, that's the case here. And we know Meg has been really excited for Andor because there's a lot of set location filming going on. And so this is going to be more in line with that kind of thing because it is more like movie making for this series instead of shooting it all indoors in the volume. And we know our good friend Greg Robertson. You know him as Darth Elvis or Darth Cheeks. He lives up in Scotland, and he went out to a location shoot and actually got pictures of some of the location shoot things. You can find that in my Discord if you look deep enough. So there's that. Cinematic quality, you know what? You're not wrong, Chief. With the polish sometimes missing the other straight streaming offshoots. So there's a lot of physical sets. Exciting. This one's going to go off the beaten genre track. So this is what we're talking about. It's going to be a slow burning spy thriller. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm signed up for. I really want to see that. And we mentioned the Acolyte before. Acolyte is also supposed to be a bit of a different kind of genre. But here we go. Slow burning spy thriller. In much the same way The Mandalorian brought trappings of Western and Obi-Wan was revenge drama. Here's the kicker. It's being showrun by Tony Gilroy, the director of Rogue One. Right? So Rogue One, he's doing the prequel. This is the same dude that did the movie so many people enjoy, and he's a writer of 4 of the Jason Bourne series. So here he's getting to mesh these two things together. I think like Jon Favreau, where he brought in Iron Man into Mandalorian. You can clearly see Iron Man influence in The Mandalorian. We get Tony Gilroy bringing in some Jason Bourne influence into Star Wars as well. So I'm very excited. Like, I am super excited. Like, my hype level for this is off the chart. I can't tell you guys, really excited for this show. Per the official synopsis, now here we go. This is the official synopsis. It says it focuses on casting Andor, the protagonist. Hang on, we hear you say, didn't he die? It's true. Yeah, he did. But this takes place about 5 years prior to Rogue One. So we go back before that, and and then here's everything we know. We've covered a major bit centered around casting Andor from Rogue One, and that it's about the Rebel Alliance coming together to strike a bleeder of a blow to the Galactic Empire, led by Andor, stealing the Death Star plans, and so the Alliance can work out how to destroy it. Now that was Rogue One, right? That's what happened, and it led us directly into A New Hope. So here we go back. This is the synopsis here. The series brings forward the tale of a burgeoning rebellion against the Empire and how people and planets became involved. It's an era filled with danger, deception, and intrigue, where Cassian will embark on a path that's destined to turn him into a rebel hero. Again, think the slow burn Jason Bourne, right? Think about that. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. A May cover variety or a Vanity Fair centered on the groundswell of shows and so on and so forth. In the piece, it revealed that Gilroy himself tapped up Luna to come back for the prequels. Right, prequel series to Rogue One, not prequels as in, the Phantom Menace kind of stuff. The prequels to Rogue One, describing it as exploring Andor's backstory, revealing what drew him into the Galactic Rebellion and how he evolved from a self-serving nihilist to to a selfless martyr. Vanity Fair further revealed that Andor will be primarily set 5 years before the mission to Rogue One. We just said that. And then, although the show will flash back to further into cast, so we are going to have flashbacks. And Meg has kind of alluded to some things she's heard. When we talk about flashbacks at Andor, you prequel fans, truly prequel fans, like Phantom Menace, fans, Attack the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. This is going to tickle your nostalgia receptors. It's going to be good. These flashbacks are going to tie back into that kind of stuff, and even further into his childhood. Luna describes it as a refugee story, which is interesting when you look at the war that's going on now over in Ukraine, and how many refugees have been displaced. How timely this ends up being to that war, and what they're going through in that country. And I'm sympathetic to Ukraine's position there. So with the desperate people fleeing the empire at full force of its power, it's the journey of a migrant. That feeling of having to move is behind the story, very profound and very strong. Gilroy doubles down in the piece, outlining to be the effect of being a post-colonial parable. So post-colonial U.S. history, for those of you over in the U.K. I know our friend Star Wars Fitz is here. He's over in Ireland. So post-colonial means after we kick the Brits out. So that post-colonial, and adopted him to become the base of our whole first season. We watched the place become radicalized. And then we see another planet that's completely taken apart in a colonial kind of way. So, not to step toes on our British Empire friends, but that's what it's kind of paralleled to. The Empire is expanding rapidly, and they're wiping out anyone who's in their way. This is all to say, if you were hoping for no thoughts, head empty kind of show, Andor won't be the one for you. Although, if what you have been frustrated with is the no thought, Josh Lucas loves to sing, don't think about it too much, right? Josh loves to sing that song. This might be the show for you, because this show is likely to keep you thinking more. And if if your complaint has been, don't think about it too much, keep your head empty and just, consume. That's it. If that's been your complaint, Andor is likely to remedy that problem. Although, if you're like me and you don't think about it too much, you just watch the show, you enjoy it, it might be good. It might be good. Who's in Andor? We've talked a lot about Diego Luna, of course, Cassian Andor. Main two supporters are Genevieve O'Reilly, returning as Mon Mothma. Now, this is something that they don't talk about here much in this GQ article, but we have heard, and she does mention that Genevieve does mention in here that it is a bit of a character development show. Let's see if I read this in the article. Well, it must be right there. Main two supporters, Stellan Skarsgård. There it is. Luna, Diego Luna, described the show as character focused, more character focused than Rogue One. Rogue One was, and they said here, it's an event, right? It's focused on an event, getting the Death Star plans and that. This is more character focused, and we've heard that a big portion of Andor is going to explore Genevieve's character more, Mon Mothma's story, her character arc. So, not to throw it out there, but you may hear people kind of complain about it being heavily centered on Mon Mothma for a portion of the story. So don't think it's bait and switch. It's not. It's Andor. That's the show. But we're going to see a lot of Mon Mothma's character developed in a storyline in here as well. So there's that. This is basically what the show is about. They give a bunch of other actresses, Adria Arjona, Kyle Soller, Fiona Shaw, Alex Luthor, Denise Gu, Robert Ems, and finally, Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker. Of course, that's going to have a lot of folks excited to see him in Andor as well. The one name we don't see on there is the actor who portrayed K2SO. one of folks' favorite droids from Star Wars, K2SO, again from Rogue One. We do expect to see him maybe in season 2 of Andor, which, by the way, season 1, about 5 years before, we get 12 episodes, and it's going to primarily take the course of a year to play out through those 12 episodes. The season 2 is supposed to be grouped in threes. So a 3-story arc that covers -4 year -4, 3 episodes for -3, 3 episodes for -2, and 3 episodes for -1, leading right up to Rogue One. So each 3-episode arc is a year. That's what has been rumored. So season 2 of Andor will take 4 years. Season 1, 1 year. So 5 years to 4, and then those 3 episode arcs to get us through season 2. So there you go. That's Sheev. Oh, that's a good point. Realize season 2 is the same timeline as Rebels. Oh, might we see some Rebels crossovers? Oh, we can only hope. Oh, we can only hope. Would love to see some Rebels crossovers there. All right, so here we go. We've kind of gone into what we know about Andor to this point. We know it's coming up next month. We're about 6 weeks out, just over. And so now we want to get into the predictions. So I've got this predictions up here, and this is how this is going to work. We're going to work with you guys on coming up with our questions. And that way we can put the form together. We can do our weekly predictions game. Now, the one thing that we did last season of Kenobi is at the end of the season, anybody who beat me for the season total, which ended up being our friend Ducky Momo, of course, Ducky, won some Star Wars Santa merch. And so I sent some merch off to Ducky. He'll be getting that eventually. However long it takes Stream Labs to create it. But we're going to go through the questions here. And I think, again, we're going to say, if you can get more of your predictions correct than Santa, then you will win some Santa merch. And the merch we've offered up is maybe a mug, right? You can get a mug. You can get a t-shirt with one of the logos on it. We have 2 logos. We have a logo like this one. And then we've got this logo here, right? So you can pick which logo you like. So there's a mug, you can get a t-shirt, or maybe you want a hat. You know, I've got a Star Wars Santa merch hat. So, and this is stitched. It's a real nice quality hat, right? So, and this is the only logo that we have on the hat. I really love it. So there you go. That's Yachty. I don't play because Ducky always wins. I know, Yachty. Yeah, nobody tell Ducky. We'll do the predictions game and just don't send him the link. I tried to get you guys to take him out to a cabin with no internet for a week. If we could just get him for an entire week to go on vacation, go to a cabin, enjoy yourself, kick your feet up. Go fishing. Just no internet, no phone, no PC. Just unplug, Ducky. Enjoy the nature, the way God intended it, with no electronics, so that you don't get your predictions in, and then we can all win. Nikki, that's not the way I said it, but take it how you will. I see you, Nikki. I see. So we're going to do the predictions, come up with the questions. So I kind of already put a couple things in here just to kind of start it. And there's another one we'll throw in here as well. It says someone gets killed with a blaster shot. So we had, like in the Bad Batch, they did a lot of stunning, right? So someone gets killed with a blaster shot. That'll be one. Another one that we did that worked out really well in the Kenobi show is episode length, right? Length is greater than, what do you guys think? 35, 40, 45 minutes. For Kenobi, we put 45 minutes in there. For some reason, I think that we're going to have a fewer episodes, or shorter episodes, since there's 12 of them. I don't know if 45 minutes is the number we want to put in there, or 40. If we put 40 in, is it going to become... Nikki says, I think Andor will be 30 minutes. Okay, so let's make it 35. Let's do that. 40. Okay, let's do 40. 40. We'll do that. Episode length is greater than 40. So if it's 40 or below, then you would say no. Right? If it's 40 or 41, anything above that, then the answer to that would be yes. So we need some more questions. The other one that I saw you guys mention is we had this one about hyperspace. So it kind of blew up on us because the wording of it wasn't precise enough. And the last time we put the hyperspace lines or tunnel. This time I'm just going to put the tunnel. So hyperspace tunnel is seen from inside a ship. Okay, so you can't see. It doesn't count if you see a ship and it's in the hyperspace tunnel, but you're behind the ship, right? It only counts if you're inside the ship and you see out the windows to the hyperspace tunnel, right? So that's how that counts. Otherwise, no count, right? So the last time it became one of these things because we were inside for like 1 second as the lines extended, and then it shot out, and we didn't see it. So it became one of these: did it happen or did it not? This time we'll put it in here. Yeah, here we go again with the tunnel confusion. Trying to clarify that, Matt. Trying to clarify it. So what else? What other questions can we add? Of course, we put the last question on the survey that we do every week is you guess it. You make a prediction for a bonus point. No give me type answers. So you can't say Cassian will be in it, or the show is named Andor, or this will be episode number 1. No, those are all kind of no count questions. So you have to put an answer in there that you think will actually happen. Like a specific character will do a thing, or a certain line will be spoken, or something like that. How about Tim Morrison appears as a clone? Okay, so we could put a question in there. Yeah, nothing obvious. We got to be careful on things like this, because we do have folks like Jason Ward and Meg who are part of our community who know too much. They know too much, and we don't want to make this too easy for them to get the questions right every time. Right? We don't want them to win just because of what they know. So Sheev says, we see a member of the ISB. Okay, I like that. And that could go throughout the season, right? We see an ISB member. A member of the ISB. There we go. We'll use that. Meg and Jason are ringers. You would think, except Jason and Meg both don't do very good at this game. What is absolutely mind blowing is how poor Jason does at it. Right? Jason is terrible. Yeah, Jason leaked everything for Kenobi. His accuracy was like 99.9% accurate, and he got the predictions wrong. Like how could he manage to get them wrong? And some of them were laughable. Like when his predictions, like his fill in the blank question, you're like, Jason, you had the whole show. you couldn't even get that one right. So very funny. Bail Organa cameo. So let's see. Let's put I like that fits. A Rebels cameo. Rebels. Cameo. Now, we gotta. I think we gotta narrow this down though, Fitz, because a Rebels that covers Bail. Bail was in Rebels. Ahsoka's in Rebels. Of course, Hera and Sabine and all of them. But there are some minor characters that were in Rebels as well. So do we want to leave it to some of the Tarkin? Tarkin was in Rebels, right? Um, boy, oh boy, oh boy. What do we do? What do we do? Nikki, the shine has worn off of Bale now that you know he's a moron. Bale fail. Hashtag Bale fail. And if you watched Kenobi, of course, you know what exactly that was. Tarkin. Let's leave this. Let's leave Rebels cameo. We may have to tweak this one. Just main cast. Rebels cameo. Okay, I'll put that in here. Main cast. Well, let's list Hera, Sabine. Um, uh, hey Anthony, good to see you. Chopper. What about like Tarkin? Does he count? And what about? I was just thinking of, Rex. Rex is from there, and a lot of them. Um, what's the other characters I was thinking of from Rebels that should be on here? Hey, Sheev, are you available? Are you available? If I send you a link, Sheev, you think you could join? I don't know. I'll send you the link. If you could join, that'd be great. If not, don't worry about it. I see you. I see you there. And when we talk Rebels, I'm like, I should see if if Sheev could come on. He'll help answer some of these. A general question: any Rebels character? Okay. Yadi says any Rebels character. Okay. Well, we could take. Let's do that. Rebels character cameo. All right, I like that. Hondo would be from Rebels, right? Uh, am I hitting on Sheev? Well, hey, are you judging? No judging. No. if I want to go for a younger guy, I'm allowed. Except I'm married. My wife, she's probably not worried. She's she, yeah, Kanan, all of those would count. Of course, Chopper counts as a character as well. Zeb, all of those. So I think Rebels character cameo is a good question. Oh, I was thinking about Saul Guerrera, right? Saul Guerrera, he's a Rebels character as well, right? So Saul Guerrera would count, and we already saw that we expect the actor to be in it. So there's that. Price. Very funny. She's almost on break. So, okay, we'll see if he can make it or not. We need more questions. We're only up to 6. We need more. What else would we put in our predictions here? What do you guys have? Say Rebels Ghost Crew. Well, I think that narrows it too much. I think that narrows it too much. But will we see partisans? Will we see partisans? Saul's part. Okay, I think we can add that. We could put partisans. Are in the episode. I think that one's good, and that doesn't count. That doesn't count Saul Guerrera. Saul Guerrera is a specific character, right? Partisans other. Oh, I know. We could put stormtroopers, right? Stormtroopers. We mentioned some flashback scenes. So we could maybe put clone troopers. Clone troopers. More than one. And a stormtrooper. More than one. Yeah. Are in the episode. So we know there's flashback scenes and we could end up with both of them, right? We could end up with both. We could get, yeah, yeah, Tamsin Dula, Captain Sloan. Okay, yeah, those again, Rebels characters, right? Captain. Oh, will Bill Burr's character make an appearance in Andor? Good question, Anthony. Bill Burr's character would be very, very young. If they were to put him in, same with like Din Djarin, he'd be very young. It's possible, but I would say unlikely. We could also, a Jedi. A Jedi makes an appearance. Okay, so let's say on this, Ahsoka would count as a Jedi and as a Rebels character, right? A Jedi. So not just a Force user, but a Jedi. Some of you might kind of lean into Cal Kestis, for example, right? Cal Kestis is in the era. I mean, you could potentially see him, but I don't. Yeah, Matt's saying call it a Force user. If we say Force user, then that includes Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis is not a Jedi. He was a Padawan. Would you count him as a Jedi? Well, I guess he's in Jedi Fallen Order, right? So I guess you would count Cal Kestis. Okay, so we're going to say a Force user. Force user makes an appearance. What was the other one? Mace Windu. Mace Windu. Mace Windu. We do not have any indication of him being in it. It's possible that if he's not dead, that he could show up. Oh, Vader. I like that. Okay, so yeah, Jedi's too loose a term. Force users too loose a term, I think, because if yeah, Peli's another one from. Let's put, if we're gonna put in a Rebels character cameo, should we put in, say, Bad Batch character cameo? So a member of the Bad Batch, a member of the Bad Batch. Okay, so that narrows it down, right? That narrows it down. A member of the Bad Batch. One of the questions I keep seeing here is, would we put Mandalorian, a Mandalorian crossover character? Now, the issue with a Mandalorian crossover character, Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan counts as a Rebels and a Mandalorian, right? So she could be there in both. Right. If Bo-Katan shows up, she could click several boxes. So we've got Rebels, Bad Batch, Mandalorian. I think that covers the bulk of the time era. Now there, where was so a Force user? This would be a light side. We'll put this light side. Force user makes an appearance. Darth Vader makes an appearance. How about that, Nikki? Isn't it a $5 super chat? Thank you for that, Nikki. God bless you. Thank you so much for that. LMAO. Isn't it funny how all these shows rely a lot on cameos now? We're listing all of Wikipedia. That is funny. It is funny. Darth Maul. Darth Maul would. So Anthony asks, would Darth Maul still be alive? Yes. Yes. At this point, he would be alive. I don't know. We've had no indication that he would be in there. Darth Vader makes an appearance. Palpatine makes an appearance. There we go. But Maul would currently be running his syndicate. Yeah. Let's see. I have to look to see Solo. We're 5 years before A New Hope. well, roughly, 5-ish years before A New Hope. Han is already, so Solo is there. We saw at the end of Solo Crimson Dawn. So you could have Kira as well. Kira and Maul could both be in the. They could be in play. So where we have before an ISB, what about a syndicate? A syndicate. Um, how do we word a syndicate? Uh, because there are syndicates known, like of course the Pikes, but Crimson Dawn is specifically what I'm thinking of. Um, how about that? How about we just list Crimson Dawn factions or gangs? Oh, Meg, aren't you supposed to be on the beach tanning? Enjoying some time off, drinking the fancy frou-frou drink with the umbrellas in it. What are you doing here? So good to see you, my friend. Hey, thanks for dropping in. It's good to see you. Would any other Sith make an appearance? I don't know. I don't. I. Well, Nikki, it is Meg. I do have a bit of a soft spot in my heart for Meg. So there's that. What? Who else could there be? I was going to put Crimson Dawn. Right. So Partisans, Crimson Dawn is mentioned. We're seen in some way. I don't know. That probably needs work. We could put these on here to be kind of revised later. Someone betrays the Empire. I think that's like a given yes every single time. Yeah, well, yeah, Meg is my very first lesbian crush. I said that some time ago, and then Sheev, you guys caught me hitting on him earlier, so there's that. What about Leia's mother, Alderaan, all of that? I don't know. How are we doing on questions? We're up to 14 up here. How are we doing on questions? We're getting there. Reva crawls out of the gutter. Oh, that's funny. That's very funny. What else do we have? What else? I don't know. What how many times do we see a rebel get arrested? Oh, that's a good question, Nikki. Let's see. Someone gets arrested. How about that? Empire. How about that? Someone gets arrested by the Empire. That's a good question. That's good. The Emperor. The Emperor's on here, right? Palpatine and Vader. Leia or Bail. So, do you want to put? So we have a Bad Batch. We have a Rebels character cameo, a Bad Batch character cameo, Mandalorian crossover character cameo. We put in here an OT character makes a cameo. So there was a story that Meg sent us earlier asking if it was a nothing burger or it might actually be true, kind of alluding to an original trilogy character showing up in one of the shows. I'm not going to say it was this one. I'm not going to say who, anything like that. So we could put that. An original trilogy character makes a cameo. So that would cover like Leia or well, that also covers Darth Vader and Palpatine. Uh, well, that's 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 that's. This is a good fill in the blank question, Sheev. Right? We see the Senate. There's a good fill in the blank. Like you get a bonus point for that one. Oh, a Snoke. Oh, so if we go down this path, we got to take out Vader and Palpatine, right? Well, there's specifics, but we have OT. What about an ST, a sequel trilogy character? This one, I don't think. I think we're gonna have to kill this one. I don't think it's gonna. I don't think that's even possible. Um, I really don't think that's gonna happen. I would say this would be terrible. Right? That's not gonna happen. So if you guys are gonna go that way, we could say a prequel. We may have to work on these. We have too many of these cameo questions. We got Rebels, Bad Batch, Mandalorian, prequel, original, sequel. That's a lot of them. But we're up to 19. We just need one more. One more. We'll have to work on these. This is why I saw Padme, right? Padme family showing up. That could actually be in a flashback. Again, flashbacks are certain to be a part of this, and it could come in there. Oh, Matt, I like this. A planet question. If you're going to ask a planet question, it's got to be Tatooine, right? Because we know Star Wars loves Tatooine. A Darth Plagueis cameo. That's hilarious, Fitz. Death Star. Too early for the Death Star, I think. But Star Wars loves Tatooine. We visit Tatooine. I could put that in there. Uh, uh, I don't know. We'll just put that there as a Coruscant. Yeah, Coruscant. We should get Coruscant as well. Nikki. Now this is true. The one that annoys me the most, the planet that we don't go to, that annoys me the most, has got to be Naboo. I don't understand why they don't revisit Naboo. It's what kicked off the entire trilogy, or the whole saga. If you go chronologically, right? You go back to Phantom Menace, you go back to Naboo. We haven't seen Naboo forever. Right? I mean, sure, maybe in a celebration scene that they patched in at the end of Return of the Jedi or Rise of Skywalker. Those don't count. Those don't count. Like, why don't we go to Naboo? Why didn't they go back? Again, Nikki, this is your fault. This is your fault. I am extremely annoyed that in A Rise of Skywalker, they didn't do a funeral scene on Naboo with Leia. That just makes me crazy. We knew that Carrie Fisher had died, and we knew that they were doing some tribute to her, and we knew that there was going to be some sort of death scene for Leia. I thought, here's your chance. Here's your chance. Tie it back. You've got the imagery of Padme. You got Padme's cemetery, right? Her oh shoot, where she's buried, right? You've got that. Why didn't they take her back to Naboo and bury her with her mom? And we had the whole scene because, of course, Alderaan doesn't exist. It would make sense that maybe Leia would be buried on Alderaan, except Alderaan's gone. And Luke asks her in the original trilogy, "Do you remember your mom?" "Oh yeah, we were best buddies. We hung out a lot." No, I kid because I'm annoyed at how they did all that. But anyhow, why didn't they take Leia back and bury her with Padme? It's a no-brainer. It's so easy. And why they didn't do it is that's. There you go. You got me ranting. So there you go. Have to trade in a what? Well, I have to trade in one of my shield points for that. Yeah, I know she faded out. That's what Force users do. They fade out. But she could have been like, oh. So I mean, we go back to Tatooine every time we feel like it, right? Every time for no reason, every reason, we always go back to Tatooine. They could have had their whole operation on Naboo. They could have been plotting from Naboo. They could have been launching everything from Naboo. Why not? Grumble. Grumble. Naboo. Not enough Naboo. All right. Anything else? We've got a placeholder. So we've come up with 20 questions. I think we'll cut it off there. We're right at the hour, and it's Friday afternoon. I do want to. I'll post these on Discord, and I'll post them in Patreon. And if you guys have other suggestions, we can. These need work. These aren't. This is not where we're going to end, but it's a fantastic start. It's a fantastic start to our predictions game. So you guys, I really appreciate that. I've had a lot of fun going through them with you. So I've got to run to my phone date with Sheev. It's so funny. We've had a lot of fun today, folks. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Meg, I hope you have a great weekend. All of you. I hope that you have a wonderful, as Daniel says, happy Friday. Have a happy Friday. Have a wonderful day. We do have, we can't leave without our Mike Porter dad joke of the day. We have a Star Wars version here again today. It says, what secret ingredient does Palpatine use for his yummy biscuits? I'm hungry for lunch. So what secret ingredient does Palpatine use for his yummy biscuits? The Imperial Emperor's royal lard. Ho, 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 ho. There you go, Mike Porter. Thank you for the dad joke, you guys. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for your support. Thank you for hanging out with me and just having fun today. It's been a great relief. There's some other topics that I have heavy on my heart that aren't Star Wars related. And I'll just mention it. I am absolutely addicted to If I Can Dream by Elvis Presley, 1968. And I've been watching it, listening to it, watching reaction videos to it. And the message in that song. Look, I've been a huge Elvis Presley fan since I was a kid. When he died, my parents told me about it, and it was a big deal. One of those things I remember specifically where we were, what we were doing, and it's we watched the news of his death, and then of course, coverage of it afterwards. Elvis Presley was a big influence to me. I would sing his albums. I had several Elvis Presley albums. We went and watched the Elvis movie while we were on vacation. It's a fantastic movie, and the context around If I Can Dream is really, really done well. But the words, the message in that song today, 2022, is still extremely powerful, extremely relevant, to this country we live in the United States, and the world. It's something that applies within the fandom, the divides that we have, all kinds of things we go through in our lives. If I Could Dream by Elvis Presley. You guys, if you have not watched that video, you're not unfamiliar with the song. It's not something that you're familiar with and never heard it before. Go catch it. Google it on YouTube. I've been shedding tears for days now, watching it over and over again. Something just amazing. I know you talk about a singing style, Matt. Catch this one. It's different. A different kind of passion. They're just absolutely heart-wrenching, and it's something that connects to me strongly. Like I said, I've been wrecked by it for days, and that song is so good, so powerful. Something worth your time. So catch that. Elvis Presley, If I Could Dream, 1968, and let that sink in. Know that the context of it happened right after RFK was killed. So not JFK, but his brother. His brother was assassinated, and likewise, just before that, Martin Luther King was assassinated. Both of them were assassinated within a relatively short period of time, and very close to Elvis. And this was a live special he was supposed to be doing, and his manager wanted him to do a Christmas song at the end. They had some merch set up to sell, some. I think he was shot in New York, actually, Jedi Mike. I could be wrong about that, but it could have been in Cleveland. I'd have to look it back. Oops, I hit the wrong button. But yeah, he was going to sell some stuff. He wanted him to do the Christmas song, but Elvis worked with. He didn't write the song, but it was written with him, and he in L.A. There you go. That rings more true to me. But the song is a tribute song to the unrest that the country was going through in 1968, and the issues with these assassinations, things like that, the divide we had in this country. Certainly more serious than today, but still extremely relevant and applicable today. And it's something that's heavy on my heart. So check that out. If I Could Dream by Elvis Presley. And you guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I can't wait to talk to you on Monday when we'll have our members only Zoom call and do some giveaways. We've got lots of stuff to give away for Christmas in July, leading up to my birthday. I'll be 55 next Friday, 1 week from today. 1 week from today, 55th birthday. So you guys take care, be good, and I love you all tremendously. Until next time, my friends, ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, and may the force be with you always. Bye-bye.
Hot dang! Talking through the news from a galaxy far away. Toys and book reviews, positivity all the way. Come and join the fun, subscribe and like away. Movie news and show reviews, it's like Christmas every day. Oh, Star Wars Santa, the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, what fun it is to chat on the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, Star Wars Santa, the Star Wars Santa show. Oh, what fun it is to chat on the Star Wars Santa show. Ho, 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 ho. Hot dang, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat tonight on the Star Wars Santa Show.